right?
Yeah.
Okay, but a lot of people are always asking, isn't the internet already saturated? I feel like everyone is already doing everything, but can a beginner really break through right now?
Yes, it's busy. I wouldn't call it saturated, but that doesn't matter because most of the people out there on the internet, just like in my day on TV infomercials, or even before me with short form commercials on TV and radio, most of them produce crappy ads. So somebody came up to me and said, Kevin, you can't make money on the internet anymore because nobody's making money on the internet. They're producing ads, they're producing landing pages, they're producing websites, they're producing ad campaigns, they're buying commercials or advertisements on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, and they're not making any money. It's saturated. I said, that's pretty interesting. I heard the exact same thing in 1989 when I went into the TV infomercial business. They said nobody can make any money. And I looked at the ads that were running. You know what I said? The ads suck. The reason no one's selling anything is because the ads are terrible. So I'll give you an example. I said, it's not the product. It's not the pitch person. It's the ad itself. They're not selling it right. There was a company called Guthy-Renker Corporation. Do you remember Proactive Solution on TV?
Yes.
Okay, remember Tony Robbins?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Both of those products were sold via a company called Guthy-Renker Corporation. It was called that because Bill Guthy and Greg Renker were the owners. And I know both of them. They're great guys and they're a great company. There was a fellow by the name of Howard Berg, the world's fastest reader. He was in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Oh, cool.
So I went to Howard Berg and said, I want to do a TV infomercial with you and sell your mega speed reading program on TV. He says, well, I'm talking to some other infomercial companies and I'll let you know. So he called me back and he said, I decided to go with Guthy-Renker Corporation. I think they're going to do a good job. I says, well, okay, good luck. Fantastic. I hope you do well. Then there was another guy I reached out to called Scott Flansburgh, who was the human calculator. He had a program called Mega Math, how to do math calculations in your head. He was on all the major talk shows like Larry King on CNN and the Today Show. And he would actually add, subtract, multiply, and divide in his head faster than you could do it on a calculator.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he said, I can teach anyone how to do this. And I said, that course is right up my alley. I want to sell it on TV infomercial. He goes, I decided to go with Guthy-Renker instead of you. Then there was a woman named Ellen Kreidman. She authored a relationship course called Light Her Fire. It was designed for men to light the fire in their partner, woman partner, to get a better relationship. And she had another one called Light His Fire, which was for women we're going to teach you how to light the fire in your guy to have a better relationship. I said, I want to do an infomercial with you. She goes, well, I'm talking to Guthy-Renker. Oh. So she called me back. She said, I went with Guthy-Renker. I said, well, good luck. All three of those people went with Guthy. Guthy spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on market research, writing scripts, writing ads, getting the teleprompter for the infomercials, getting testimonials, doing all the things they do for infomercials. They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars producing the product and testing the infomercials, and all of them failed.
Oh, gosh.
So they canceled their contract. Because they failed, nobody in the infomercial business would touch those three people, because if Guthy-Renker couldn't make it work, nobody could. So I called them up and said, I saw the Guthy-Renker commercial. It was terrible. I know how to sell it. Come with me. So they all came with me. We all sat down and I shot an infomercial with Howard Berg, the world's fastest reader, Scott Flansburgh, the human calculator, and Ellen Kreidman. I did it in one day before noon. Matter of fact, John, it was right over here. He was the producer of that show.
Oh, that's awesome.
One take, one show, but I knew how to sell it. I put them all on the air. They all were screaming home runs. The mega speed reading, I think, did 30 or 40 million in sales.
Oh my gosh.
The human calculator did about 50 million in sales. And Ellen Kreidman's did around 80 million in sales.
Wow.
All making super profits. It wasn't the product and it wasn't the spokesperson. It was the sales presentation. Today is exactly the same. If you know how to get your product correct, which is I teach you how to do that, and if you know how to put and structure the ad and use all the techniques, the recipe, it'll work. And most people I see on the internet today, I can see they don't know what they're doing. Some of them are making money by accident, quite frankly, but they don't know how to duplicate it. They get the genie in the bottle once, make some money, but then they don't know what they're doing, and then they fail and fail and fail, and they go, oh, you can't make money on the internet today. No, you can make so much money. It's ridiculous.
Okay, I'm not a natural salesman or marketer like you are. Can I still make money marketing online without having that kind of natural skill set?
2 years ago, I would say, yes, you can, as long as you're not actually doing a video or being the front person. Because as long as you're the back person, you don't have to be a salesman. You don't have to be a marketing guy. I mean, I'm a pretty good communicator. Okay, and if somebody isn't, oh, I can't do what Kevin does, no kidding. But you can sit behind the scenes. There's a lot of people in this room that are sitting behind the scenes. They're not on camera. So the great thing about it is anybody here can make money on the internet. They don't have to be even known.
That's true.
You don't have to be a good copywriter like me, because with AI now, and there's only one that works. All of the other ones don't. And I tell you which one. So with that and with the skills I teach, anybody can. And I'll tell